This is the establishing shot. Hello, 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 beautiful people. Hey, Blake. Hey, Morgan. Hey, Shan. Good to see you guys. Hey, Haley. All right, letting people load in. Oh, I should probably take it all down. All right, yes, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one. It's a good one. Well, they're all good ones, but you know. Well, hello, London. Glad you're here. All right, so because Mama reads everything, Psychology Today, all right, is in my life. This story is on the power of self-talk. And awesome. Thank you. I am a huge fan of using self-talk in the positive. Constantly prompting myself to say wonderful things about myself, to love myself, be a full-on freaking narcissist in my own mind, because as RuPaul says, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love anybody else? But more importantly, how's anybody gonna love you? How's anybody gonna love you if you can't say loving me is a good idea? All right, so there's that. Here's what I love about this piece on self-talk. And it's really good. This is on newsstands right now. Psychology Today. You guys can grab this right now. Your Inner Voice. This is the June 2015 edition. But I'm going to talk to you about some of my favorite shite in here, because I love that the author of this calls it out from jump. When you are in a negative space with yourself, if you say, why are you so stupid? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Why am I so fucked up? Da, 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 da. You're poisoning your brain. And the people who have the healthiest ego, self-esteem, ability to achieve, talk to themselves in the third person when they are critical. And I didn't realize that the thing that I do when I am criticizing myself is actually freaking brilliant. Haley Marie Norman, by the way, you guys, everybody follow her. Brilliant. Positive self-talk was actually something that I started giving myself in, I want to say 1999. 1998, I learned from a fellow teacher. This is when I was working at Athens Academy. This was while I was in grad school, and I was a school teacher for a year. I taught instructional technology to middle schoolers, and I was the advisor for the high school radio station there. And I helped everybody get FCC and all that. And this was in my bridge between acting in LA in the early 90s and then coming back at 98. We went on a field trip, and I heard all 60 fifth graders complain, and all 6 teachers that were there as advisors complain, except for one. She never complained. She never complained, not once. And there were a lot of things to complain about, because we were on this field trip and it was raining, and it was not supposed to be raining, and we could not get anywhere that we were supposed to get, and it was just a nightmare. She never complained. And while we were on one of our stops, I said, what is it with you that you never complain? And she said, oh, I gave up complaining for Lent. Now, I'm not Catholic, and I'm also not religious, but I went, that shit right there is gold. Giving up complaining for Lent, I'm on that. So I gave up complaining for Lent the next year, because I thought that's genius, to have 40 days where you cannot complain. You cannot complain about anything. Wow, what a gift. And then the following year, I gave up negative self-talk. And I said, every time that my brain wants to go to a place where it criticizes me, it's not allowed, because I gave that up. And it was life-changing. What I do when I make a mistake, ever since the late 90s, when I laid this groundwork, is I call myself out, but not, why are you stupid? Why did you fuck up? What's wrong with you? Why am I messed up? I go, Gillespie, get your shit together. This article right here talks about professional athletes, talks about LeBron James in particular, calling out yourself by your name rather than by the most intimate thing, which is, why are you stupid? Why am I stupid? Instead, going, Gillespie, get your shit together, actually makes you a more positive person because you're coaching someone outside of yourself. You are displacing the negativity. And further, by using your last name, in my case, I'm not even making it about me, Bonnie. I'm making it about Gillespie, a generation or generations of fuck-uppery. And that is hugely powerful because that way you can give yourself the opportunity to get off the hook for whatever got messed up, because things are going to get messed up. It's life. We are going to bump into shit that doesn't work, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if we learn from it. But our self-talk is some of the most important and the most undervalued stuff that we have. It's hugely powerful ammunition. If we can talk to ourselves in healthy ways and encourage ourselves to be our best selves, we have every opportunity to serve the world in a better way. I am completely in love with the narcissism that is recommended in this 5-6 page article. If you start talking to yourself outside of you, me, I, you're actually in better shape. So it actually even talks about, oh good, thank you, Jim. It actually talks about when you were a kid, you probably did this organically. You probably talked to yourself as a character. And doing this is actually something that gets beaten out of us the older we get. So fix it. Freaking fix it. First name self-talk shifts focus away from the self. It allows people to transcend their inherent egocentricism. Frickin' love this article. I'll probably put some of this into a column at some point or a blog post, but it just felt to me too important not to Periscope. And y'all know, loves me some Periscope action. Good. Thank you, Jim. I love this. So, by the way, for those who don't know, yes, you can hit the little dude with the number, or you can swipe right and follow, share with your followers. Those of you who don't have the Periscope device have that wonderful option of watching through the web link when it's live if you push your broadcast out to Twitter, which I always do. Hey, Crystal, so glad you're here. So anyway, that is my bit of wisdom. It's not about affirmations, and that's one of the things that there's this whole section here on doing affirmations, and it basically debunks it. And I love that because so many people say, I've tried to do affirmations, but they don't work for me. Motivated to start the week. All right, girl. I love it. Give up complaining. Do it right now. Awesome. I love seeing you guys connect with one another. Haley Marie, Crystal, Jane. Yay. Love, love, love. Please talk to yourself kinder. The mantra that I use when I hear myself being mean to myself is stop talking to my friend that way. I would never let someone say shit to my best friend that I sometimes say to myself. I mean, seriously, I would fucking cut a bitch for talking to my bestie the way that I sometimes talk to myself. Stop allowing that. Have higher standards for how you treat yourself, because treating yourself like the precious object that you are allows you to go out in the world and be that precious object. I love all these hearts. Thank you guys. Awesome. All right, so that's me on a Monday pre-couples therapy. We're on our way out. Oh, it's great. I'm so glad. Yes, we talk to ourselves in a way that we would never talk to someone else. It's true. It's really true. Guys, thank you so much. Shan, Jam, Crystal, I love it. Thank you guys. I really appreciate this. Rosalie, I'm so glad you're here. David, thank you for catching the tail end. I'm saving this so you'll be able to rewatch. Yes, hashtag confirmation. Right on. good. Oh, I'm so glad that this was grateful, that you're grateful for this and that this timing was well landed. Oh, Sean, thank you for correcting me on the pronunciation because I obviously keep talking to you in my periscopes. And so now I know it's Sean. I will fix it in my brain and I will make sure that I call you out correctly and make sure you call yourself out with lots of love because that's what you deserve. And I mean that to all of y'all, and I especially mean it to myself. Thank you for joining me, you guys. Stay beautiful and stay in love with yourself.